Okay, so I am doing this live because, as many of you know, probably all of you know, I would think all of you would know, that we've been working on Trudeau for treason. And it's not just Trudeau, that's just, it sounds good, Trudeau for treason. And it includes Mendocino, Freeland, Lametti, and Blair. Okay, so we are, as again, many of you may know this, but I'm just going to regurgitate everything so that we can share this out to folks. So we've been working on Trudeau for treason to have the 5 ministers involved, and one being Trudeau, for their crimes that they committed against the Canadian people, which is treason. We're putting together, well, we have all the evidence. We have the incident report. We have an affidavit. We have all of the information gathered. It's on our site. It's not even, guys, it's not even a ton of information because it's so blatantly obvious. They violated Section 3 of the Emergencies Act. They didn't go through Governor and Council. Section 7, wait, I'm not going to remember all the numbers right now. Oh, Section 3 was they didn't have the conditions. Anyway, there's three things that they violated. I'm not going to remember the sections. The one is that they didn't have the conditions. There was no serious public threat to the nation. The issues were isolated. Number 2, they didn't have governor and council, which means the entire federal cabinet, not 5 ministers making the decision. There's a process, actually. There's supposed to be first a motion is tabled, which is what they did. That's what that vote was a motion. There's a motion. Then there's a vote in the House, and then there's a vote in the Senate. They got as far as doing the motion, and then that was it. It went into there was, I think, 3 or 4 days of deliberation in the House, which if it was an emergency, you wouldn't need to deliberate for 4 days. It would be, holy shit, we got to fix this right now. Let's get this resolved. Oh my God, people are being hurt. The country's at risk, the national security, whatever. It would have just been a slam dunk, but it wasn't because it was bullshit. Then they violated our rights, and that's paragraph 3. Sorry, paragraph 3 is violating our rights because they're supposed to protect our rights even in a time of an emergency. They also had the legal provisions to shut down the protest. They're under the Criminal Code of Canada. If a protest is deemed unlawful, which there are conditions for that, one of those is being tumultuous. Well, they could have just said that and they could have shut it down. But they didn't. They instead wanted to put in the Emergencies Act because their plan, guys, was bigger than what they got. Their plan was, we're going to encroach on your rights, we're going to stomp on your rights, and then we're going to continue to do so because we're going to pretend that we have the authority to do so. And that didn't work because the MPs weren't going for it and the Senate wasn't going for it. So if anyone thinks that our government is completely captured, they're not. They're compromised 100%, not captured, or we wouldn't be they would have been successful in what they wanted to do. So there's that. Then we know that the grounds that they used for declaring the act were also a lie. They said that there was guns found, not true. They said that people were arrested, not true. Nobody was arrested. They said that what was the other one? Oh, that the convoy participants tried to start an arson fire. That is not true. It was completely unrelated. So the whole thing is illegal. And nobody, listen, if we don't stand up, come together, and take some action against this, it's going to get swept under the rug. And we're seeing that right now with the Public Order Emergency Commission, which, by the way, I'm not sure why Tom Marazzo told people to be patient and allow the government and the lawyers to do their job. Those are the same people that led us to where we are. Bill Blair is actually behind that public order emergency through the Privy Council. Bill Blair is the president of the Privy Council, number 1. Number 2, anybody who participates in that inquiry has to sign a confidentiality agreement and they can never talk about it ever again. That's in a public inquiry. It's not even open to the public. What they're going to do is they're going to take all the submissions. I know because we had a meeting with the people who are facilitating it. We met with the people from the Public Order Emergency Commission last Wednesday. It is on our site. We recorded it. Why? Because we didn't sign a confidentiality agreement. Okay? And so we know what they're up to. We talked to them. We grilled them for an hour. You can go and listen to it yourself. Please do not be silent and do not be patient about anything. We don't have time to be silent and patient. And why in the heck would you trust any of these lawyers when they work for the Department of Justice? It's all on their website. It is not hidden information. And I don't know what Tom Marazzo is thinking. I'm not going to speculate, and I don't care. It is bad advice, period. So as I've mentioned, we've been working on this. We've got the evidence. We're compiling all of it. We're putting it all together into a single package. And then we are going to be submitting it on September 19th. This is when the House is back from their summer session. And that is the goal. That is the plan. So what we're asking for our good friends out here, our freedom lovers, is to, number one, tell your friends about this. Tell those that you know that are awake and want to take action. They can sign the Declaration of Peaceful and Lawful Assembly on our site. They can share the information as well. Like, let's make this the virus. Let's make this the new virus, that our Prime Minister is a criminal, and let's hold him accountable, okay? The other thing is, what people can do is, if you were there at the convoy, whether it was in Ottawa, whether it was in Moncton, whether it was in Manitoba, whether it was the Coots, wherever it was, Quebec, I don't care. If you were either participating or a supporter, or you were a witness of any kind, and you have any evidence that you can share, then we would really like to get evidence from you, because we want to show them. We want to show them both sides. Number one, it was peaceful and it was lawful, and here's why. There was one laneway open, and the sections were open for emergency vehicles. That's what I saw with my eyes, okay? That's one thing that you can do. Number two, that you saw that the streets were cleared, that there was no garbage. Number three, that you witnessed no violence. Number four, maybe you saw positive interactions with the public, with police, with businesses, with those participants and the protesters that were there. And number five, did you witness any police brutality? Did you witness any police attacking the protesters and supporters? Did you witness them damaging property and seizing property illegally? Okay, those are the things that we need. And if you do have that evidence, we need it submitted through affidavit so that we can submit it to the courts. It needs to be legally binding, and all you need to say is, yes, I was there. I saw one lane open on the road that I was on, and the intersection open on the road that I was on. Or I was there on February 18th at 5 o'clock in the evening on Wellington Street, and this is what I observed. Okay, it needs to be a formal statement, and we will submit that in the lane of an information that we are going to submit to the RCMP. We're going to fax it to all the police departments, and we're going to submit it on the 19th. Or sorry, yeah, it's the 19th. 19th of September, not the 18th. The 19th of September. That's when the House is back in. So that's what we're going to be doing. So guys, if you have any submissions, get them in as quickly as you can. We're actually hosting a session on this coming Friday to sign affidavits via Zoom, because all of the submissions are going into Ontario, into the Ontario courts. Even if you're not from Ontario, Jane can sign the affidavit commission the affidavit for you. Everything is on our website, guys. Go to just on the homepage right there is Trudeau for Treason. So Stand4Thee.ca. You'll see the Trudeau for Treason. There's a whole bunch of links. Just click on the links. Everything is laid out there for you. And let's take some action, guys. This is serious business. If they get away with it, all of the other problems are moot, because they won't need to worry about laws anymore, because we will be lawless. And if we can make a dent in this, which I think we are, because I'm going to tell you, we exposed that Public Order Emergency Commission. We did a live that has gotten huge reach. It's a buzz now. And I'm going to say it again. It's a God incident, guys. I can't even believe that we met with that group. I don't know how it happened, but it did. And I'm very thankful, because we were able to see what they're doing and expose the problem. And, so because of that, we were able to expose the fact that they're trying to silence people. Please do not let anyone put in a formal submission or participate in that inquiry. They will be silenced for the rest of their life. This confidentiality agreement covers every type of media you could possibly think of, and there's no time limit. Like, there's no expiration. It's forever. So you would never, and you know what that would do, by the way? That would have forced, so it was James Bowder that they wanted to get his testimony. That would force James Bowder into a closed trial, by the way. Anyone who provides testimony to this public order emergency commission, if you have a court appearance and you're giving them information that's pertaining to your court appearance, they most likely would close your courtroom so it would no longer be a public trial. This is really bad what they're doing, guys. All the information is on our website. We've got a video up on our YouTube channel. It's on the Facebook group as well, explaining everything. We've got links to everything. So guys, it's not time to be patient. It's not time to trust. It's not time to trust Bill Blair, who was part of invoking the Emergencies Act. It is not time to trust Bill Blair, who is president of the Privy Council and should never have allowed the Quarantine Act to go through, the Emergencies Act to go through, the interim orders for the flights, order in council, none of these things. He should have known, and he should know that everything needs to go through the Statutory Instruments Act. He knows this. So don't trust Bill Blair. Don't give patience to Bill Blair. Don't trust the lawyers who are paid by the government. No, that ship sailed long ago. What we need to do now is stand up for our rights and stand up for what is right for this country and say, no, absolutely not. He doesn't get to do this. He doesn't get to get away with this.